Hi everybody, this is Jan, and I wanted to speak about something that I think is really important. Um, I guess you could call this like an interim biorhythms type of thing, but I don't know. There's no special effects or anything going to be with this. It's pretty quiet, but I am very concerned about a couple of things, and being the kind of person that I am, I can't keep silent. I wish we had more people in this country like that. I know you're out there. Um, and I guess that's really what I want to say. Um, as I look around with things happening with the planet, with the environment, with the economy, um, I just don't see any recourse but us getting out in the streets and standing up to these people on all sides who seem to think that we're expendable at their expense. It's just all right. I just try to get my thoughts here together because I've got so many things going through my head here. I'm so incensed about things that I'm reading going on in the world, and how it relates to our climate. Because as someone who has been following this for many, many years, it is obvious that we're being lied to by our own government. And we're obviously being lied to by corporations that make money off of burning fossil fuels, deforesting land, and all of the other things that have been detrimental to the biosystems that keep us alive. Um, and I've been out here for many years speaking about it, writing about it. I support initiatives that seek to do good for the world, um, regarding sustainable agriculture, which can, I believe, save the climate too. I wish people would understand that and the government would understand GMOs are not the way to go. Um, Also, alternative energy sources that have been out here, solutions that have been here for decades that the government, hides away and tries to cover up. And it's just that this whole permeation, this atmosphere that has permeated this country, where distraction is the name of the game, you know. And maybe that's why I get so annoyed when I see people doing nothing lately but talking about Michelle Bachmann. I know to some people she's important. To me, she's irrelevant. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But in the scheme of things and in the way the world is going, um, we need to be talking about some other things as well. Now, I had just posted an article or story yesterday regarding Arctic ice melt, and that there are scientists now stating that in summer it will be ice-free in approximately 19 years. Now, give or take what we do in the meantime. It could be longer, a little bit. It could be shorter. And based on what I'm seeing, I think it's probably going to be shorter. I mean, I'm not a scientist, of course. I never claimed to be, but like I stated, I have been reading the reports. I mean, maybe I can consider myself a citizen scientist in that respect, because I've been studying this for years, and I have been reading the reports. And I know about the greenhouse effect and how it works, okay? And knowing all of those things and knowing how they all interrelate into different biospheres in the world, and what we're seeing now regarding agriculture, water, and how it's all being affected, and how the frequency of these events are starting to become faster and more intense, I really don't think there's any disputing what's partly the cause, and it's us. I don't know if it's the fact that there are just a lot of people with pride out there and big egos that just don't want to admit they're part of it. So, as long as I'm not part of it, I don't have to do something about it. Um, but I think it has gotten to the point now where we have to understand, whether you think you're part of it or not, these things are still happening, and they're affecting real people, and they're affecting children. And I don't know how anyone in good conscience can just sit by silently. I'm just going to reveal to you something too. I'm going to reveal to you the reason why I do this, okay? Let me just get these things here, because this is important to me, okay? That's my son when he was first born. I hope you can see it on the camera. This is him in grade school. Cute boy, isn't he? Handsome. Looks like me. Grammar school. What was that? High school. The years go so fast that I can't keep up with it. He's the reason I do this. Sorry. What will it take? What's it going to take to wake up to what is going on in the world and to understand all of these events that are happening are just going to get more frequent and worse if we continue to business as usual. If we continue to do the same thing day in and day out, it's only logical that at some point we are going to reach a point of no return. Now, I just responded to something where someone asked the question, what is the alternative to fossil fuels? I'm going to say it the same way I typed it there. The alternative is us. In October, there's going to be kind of like a protest, but more like what they had in Tahrir Square in Egypt, where people are going to show up in Washington at the mall and they're not going to go home the first day. I'm planning on going to that. And again, this is the reason why. One of the biggest ones, the biggest one actually for me, and I think, you know, maybe when you take a look at around you and take a look at the things in your life that matter the most, like your children, people you love, even your garden, anything that you hold close to your heart, and realize that if we keep going the way we're going, it may not be there one day. And if we keep allowing these people in Washington on all sides to take it all for themselves, how far are we going to let them go before we say enough? Just how far? I think you need to ask yourself that question. And maybe in the process of that, you're going to cry some tears too. Maybe that's what we all need to do. Because, let me tell you, what's happening in this world transcends politics. It transcends your petty, partisan, political hatreds, your biases, your hatred of Al Gore, anything else that you have in your mind that has kept you from seeing reality. And it's biting us on the ass big time right now, let me tell you. So before it really gets to that point where there's really nothing we can do, please realize what's happening and speak out. Thanks for listening.